Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Token 2. You know I had to drop a track for my boy. Yeah, I've been here rapping boys out here telling fate on the heart. Nigga, I ain't signed to no late. Hey, Bruce Gas putting no fights on the tape. Calling that boxing since Kane versus A. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fake. I don't know if he was champion like Muhammad Ali. Shut up, Bruce Gas. One day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down. We gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down. Take a hit out the Token 2. Slipping hella shots. Feel like Tyson with the peak. The little Glock on my side, but it hit just like at the cruise. Shut up, man. Chat real shit. That's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sin. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Hey, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the street, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the street, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Good evening. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Shout out to all my friends on YouTube that'll be tuning us in over here tonight. My friends on X, formerly known as Twitter. And we're also going out on Facebook. So anybody out there, man, shout out to you and thank you much for coming by. I'm listening to the Steve Nelson Quartet in the background. They're playing right now. This is a live concert from Smalls Jazz Club in Greenwich Village, New York City. Steve Nelson on the vibes. Rick Germanson on the piano. Tayoshi Kitakawa on the bass, and Charles Gould on the drums. Giving us a little bit of modern jazz to go with with boxing. I see my boy Y1 Dion, salute brother. Thanks for coming by. I see Daniel Berry out there, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by here, man. This is little live that I decided to put through because we've been talking a lot about the eye injuries in boxing. Specifically Errol Spence's eye injury, the cataract surgery. I'm fumbling around. MAW, how we doing, my brother? Salute, bro. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Gonna do a couple of hits to get right. Talk about the Lance now. How we doing, my bro? Shout out to you, bro. Peace, man. Gotta get a little buzz onto the show tonight. And you know what? Being the first, let me do a hit on the Token 2, man. Look at that bad boy, man. My wife's a sweetheart. She gets that baby cleaned up for me. She knows I'm going online. She don't want no dirty Token 2, neither do I. So let me enjoy a couple of these while we dig on that jazz in the background. There's nothing like a jazz vibraphone, bro. I used to listen to Gary Burton back in the 70s. I used to see him in Boston. He'd play some venues. He was a teacher at the Berkeley School of Music. Not a super popular instrument, but I'll tell you, it's got a very relaxing sound. You hear a lot of really cool textures in that sound. Polyrhythmics. Just an awesome instrument. Is that too loud too, man? I don't want it to be too loud to overtake my commentary here. I'll cut it down just a little bit. But man, I tell you, with these holidays around here, man, I put on over 5 pounds since Christmas, and I'll tell you the reason why. This year I decided to give people some homemade gifts, some brownies. I've been, as you all know, who come around and listen to me, I make the green dragon tincture with my magical butter machine, and it's a great way to infuse edibles. You can make the little gummies, or but what I've been making is I made some brownies for the holidays. Man, I'll tell you, it was a different buzz, kind of like a steady, slow release as opposed to the Tokatui. You get that boom, you get the rush. But man, I'll tell you, she made a batch today, and this might be the last one because I'm into fitness and nutrition and staying healthy. But I got these Elvis cookies, I call them. I think the old king himself would enjoy nibbling on one of these suckers. They contain about 100 milligrams of THC per cookie. That's the undercarriage. You can see she didn't burn them. They're nice, and they're all right. Hey, Gil Cole's my brother. Salute, man. Salute. I'm gonna leave those alone. I'll probably take one before bed tonight because I sleep really well with those. I sleep really well when I do one of those edibles. But man, what we've been seeing in boxing the past day is this, man. We see Errol Spence just out of cardiac surgery, and I'm very familiar with this procedure. Cataracts. Did I say cardiac, man? I'm overthinking myself here, man. I'm talking cataracts. Knockout Ned, bro. Salute, man. Thank you for coming by. See, I had cataract surgery back in August of 22, and see, it's not something where all of a sudden I try to, Lance, bro. I try to, man. But cataracts, there's something that, see, us old people, we build them up, and what happens is the lenses on your ocular nerve, the lens, you have one on each eye, and calcium, protein builds up, and it forms deposits. KG, man, how we doing, brother? Shout out to you, man. Salute, bro. Thank you for stopping by. Peace. And what happens is, man, your vision. See, I was told I had cataracts about 8 years ago, and I was like, I don't see any differently. I don't see, my vision's not any more fucked up. And he said, well, you don't really have to worry about them until they become a problem. And it wasn't until last year where I started getting those floaties. I don't know if you ever heard of those things. You get them inside your eye. They're these little floaty things that come floating around, and then like it was kind of a little gradually, but it was in my left eye too, and it was drooping on me, and I couldn't see. I thought I forgot that he told me years ago that I had cataracts. I thought I was going fucking blind. So I call up the optician. What do they call eye doctors, man? DOs, ophthalmologists, whatever it was. Anyway, I called him up and he said, "Oh, the cataracts have gotten bigger. You're gonna have to get them taken out." And I was like, "Whoa, that's somebody's fucking with my eye." Because man, believe me, I've been around for 69 years now. I have not spent one. I spent one night in the hospital, 2 nights when I was 16 years old, getting my tonsils taken out. But aside from that, I've never been held overnight in a hospital. I've only been really brought into an emergency room maybe once or twice in my life. So I try to keep myself in fairly decent condition for the shape that I'm in. Like that Tokatui, baby. And the weed I got right now, it's called Gary Poppins. Gary Poppins. It's a heavy duty indica strain. It's like 30% THC. Really, really good. Really nice buzz. And I'll tell you, I've been digging on it lately. I've been digging on the edibles more, but I'm gonna have, like I said, man, 5 pounds over the holidays. That's too much for me, man. I'm only 5'9". I weigh 170 pounds. Now I'm 175 pounds. That's I used to be a fat bastard too. I was up to 235 in my, when I really let myself go until I get into the world of health and nutrition and learn how to overcome that, the addiction and just the ability to control my body. But anyway, man, You know, let's get back to the eyes. You know, I was really nervous about this operation. I'm like, shh, somebody fucking with my eyes, and he's like, no, it's real easy now. And see, you know, having this boxing background, I think back to the boxers I know that had cataracts. Like, I mean, Joe Frazier, he got cataracts in his eye. Actually, he got he got steel splinters in there hitting on a speed bag in Philadelphia back in the 60s. And over the years, they developed into cataracts. But see, they didn't have the advancement in medical technology that we have today. Sergeant brother, salute, man. Thank you for coming by, bro. And you know, Joe Frazier, he literally let it go. His managers didn't report the injury, and he was blind in his left eye for the latter part of his career. I mean, Joe, they don't make him like Joe anymore. I mean, see, you know when you saw Rocky, and Rocky couldn't see, and you know, and the doctor would put one finger up, and his trainer's got the hand behind his back like this. 2 taps means 2 fingers. I wouldn't be surprised if they got that from Joe, because Joe, you know, Joe was allowed to fight on with being blind in his left eye, and that was all due to the cataracts that were left unattended to. And you know, it's a major cause of blindness. You know, Errol Spence, he didn't have to have it done right away, but something must have happened where the cataracts, they shifted around, they grew a little bit. Couldn't see out of that eye, got nervous. I don't know if it happened before the Bud fight, man. I don't think he would have gone into the Bud fight if he didn't have perfect vision. I don't think Errol Spence was made out of what Joe Frazier's made out of. But anyway, it turns out that it's a real simple operation. It's almost like a revolving door. They brought us in there, 12 people at a time. I think they had a anesthesiologist there. I mean, the anesthesiologist, I think that was like $2,000 on the bill after I got it. Zone 6, my brother, salute. But anyway, what they do is they give you like I think they injected me with fentanyl and benzodiazepine. And that was in the eye. I mean, not in the eye, but right around the eye. Anyway, I got a strong tolerance. Everybody around me, everybody in the room, they're all like this. They're all nodding. I'm like, is mine gonna kick in? And the guy's like, yeah. But anyway, man, they didn't give me any more. I went under the knife, and I was conscious during the whole time. They said I should have been out, but I was conscious, and it was just it went very fast, and it's a laser guided technology. It's all done with computers, and it maybe takes 20 minutes. Yeah, I was out of there. I had the patch on just like Errol. I had the bandage on. Couldn't take it off for that day, but the next day that you could take it off, just had to put this plastic thing around at night, so you didn't go like this, you know, so you didn't mess it up in the middle of the night. But after a few days, I had 20/20 vision, and I haven't had 20/20 vision since I was in like 5th grade, man. I mean, I flunked my driver's license test because I didn't have my glasses. And you know, I was like, I'm 16 years old, I'm not going to get my license. But anyway, man, vision is super, super important. Real DJ Fruit Loops, salute to you, fam. Thanks for stopping by. But now, see, I walk around with this card now. It says that I had the ocular implant. It's got the date on there, and it's got the eye. I guess that's if I ever get in a car wreck or something, and they have to do some brain surgery on me. They'll know there's a lens in there. But it's exactly like the lens that they take out, because what happens is that the cataracts, the protein deposits, they cloud the lens, and out of that eye, you just can't see. And I'm smacking my head. I'm saying, what's going on here? I got to focus this eyeball in, and that's what it was. It was a simple procedure. And like I said, man, they not only just replace the lens, but now they can adjust it to your prescription. So you come out of it, you don't need glasses, you don't need contacts. You're 20/20. And I asked him questions a boxer would ask him too, because this is my background. So I asked him, I said, how fast before I start getting hit in the head? How fast before I get in the ring sparring? He laughed. No, I'm serious. These are just questions I want to ask you. And he said, I'll tell you, Mr. Goes. He said, this is going to be stronger than your original lens in your eye. The traumatic shock you can take of this is off the charts compared to what you can normally take without having the surgery done. It's not like a detached retina. It's not like a torn retina. It's cataracts. And doing more research on them, I'm finding out that up to 80% of people my age have cataracts. And as you get older, I guess it gets, things break down inside, and it can be taken care of. It can be taken care of really easily. Thank God for insurance, because it would have cost me a half of my house if I had to pay for it out of pocket. But if I had to do it to the other eye, I'd do it in a second, man. But anyway, man, that's the thing. And we've seen some horrendous. We've seen some in boxing. We've seen some horrendous eye injuries. Let me pull a couple of these up here, bro. Just recently, we saw Joe Joyce. He was just catching that straight right hand by Zhou Zhang, and look what it did to that eye. Before that, man, Willie Pep, Will and a Wisp. When he fought Sandy Sadler, the eye looked like a plum. And then and over here, man, Rocky Marciano. That's after his fight with Archie Moore. After his fight with Rocky Marciano. The eye's very, very. I mean, dude, if it came down to it, hey, just do, my brother. Salute, man. Salute, bro. Ugas is another one, bro. We saw that after that fight, and I have crazy thoughts sometimes, and to me, being blind, I think that's the worst. I would actually rather be quadriplegic. I'd rather lose my arms and my hands than I would my vision. And I've had nightmares where it was where I was feeling my way bumper to bumper on cars. Sight is extremely precious, man. So if Errol Spence doesn't get in the ring again, I'm not going to blame him. He had the torn retina that he suffered during the Pacquiao fight. He got in a car accident, and now the cataract surgery. I mean, the eyes are way too precious, and he even said it. He said he doesn't need this. His kids are set for life. They're in private schools. His parents have their houses, man. His passport's got stamps in many countries. So he's only telling the truth. People get on his case. They're knocking on his excuses. Yeah, you got an athlete who's used to winning. You don't like to lose at anything. You don't like to lose at pool. You don't like to lose at cards. You don't like to lose, especially in the ring. And see, when he left the hospital, like I said, the anesthesiologist has you numbed, has your head numbed out, and they don't keep you in the hospital. They get you. You're on your feet, and your caregiver. That's my old lady. She's right there, and you get in your car and you go home. But being a big fish in Houston, Texas, bro, there's gonna be reporters and YouTubers standing outside the emergency room entrance, or whatever clinic you went to. Because, man, like I was saying earlier, it's like a freaking conveyor belt. I went to a place that it was called the Swansea Eye Clinic, and these surgeons, they rent this clinic out, and they have the rooms in there, obviously sterilization, all the computers they need, all the laser driven things. The only thing that cost me out of pocket was I think it was $2,500 for the lens, because I had to get a prescription lens. And the first surgeon I went to, he wanted $4,000 for it, and I'm like, wow, I don't have $4,000. I didn't even have $2,500, but anyway, I called the insurance company, and they told me they didn't pay for it. They said, but ask around for other surgeons to see if you can get a better price. And I'm like, I don't want to fuck around with my eye surgeon. But the more I thought about it was, I don't even know this one. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. And I asked my ophthalmologist, and he said to, go see this guy Rivera. The guy was really good, and he told me $2,500 instead of $4,000 for the lens. I don't know why he's charging $4,000. But anyway, I guess the doctors, they got to have their hustle too. But Errol Spence, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't need to fight anymore. He could fight if he was going to fight before this cataract operation. And like I said, once it's done, 8 weeks after, everything is 100%. You know, I heard 8 weeks on here. My doctor told me, I think he told me 6 weeks. He said, you know, don't do anything strenuous. Don't get hit by a 2x4 and don't spar. I'm like, yeah, okay, doc, I'm gonna spar. But I go in there. I got my Joe Louis T-shirt on, so you know, it brings up a conversation piece. But you know, very very important. We've seen it so many times, man. Muhammad Ali and Henry Cooper. Henry Cooper's the fight was stopped with the horrendous condition of the eye. You know, I mean, it's just a common thing. I mean, if you see the Saad Muhammad fights, Mickey Ward fights, Gotti, I mean these guys bled, and unfortunately, the eye's a target, the bullseye. You know, it's always been a place to lower those bombs in there. Hey, my brother Clarence McLean, shout out to you, man. Peace. Thank you for coming by. I'm always checking you out on Facebook. Happy birthday too. I think you just had a birthday yesterday or today or something, bro. Shout out to my brother Clarence McLean, man. If it's the birthday, if I'm not if I'm incorrect, forgive me, but I think birthdays I kind of get them pretty much right in the head. Shout out to you, brother. There we go, knockout Ned. Carlos Mendoza, the drunk Irishman, salute. You know, some boxers have it in their hearts and in their heads where they don't care about anything. They don't care if they die. And that's going to be the next thing I'm going to start talking about here too, because I want to cover a couple of two subjects here, and then I talked to a couple of people. They might stop in tonight. They might have a couple of surprise guests. I don't want to say any names because they probably won't, but if they do, you're in for treats over here, man. I want to talk about Victor Conte. I watched that movie yesterday, the documentary on Netflix. What was it called? Can't remember the name of it anymore. It was about the Balco Labs. Let me look it up here. I'm gonna have to look it up because my memory is shot. Hall of Shame, untold story, the Hall of Shame. And I went and I checked it out last night. And see, I've been in the nutritional supplement business. I started doing it for living in 1997, and it wasn't until 1995 that nutritional supplements were even legal to sell. They passed this law called the DSHA Act. Congress passed it, and they could be sold without the FDA's approval. It would come to after people complained about it, then the FDA got involved. Before that, they could be sold as nutritional supplements. So if you look at every bottle, they have a little saying on there. This product is not intended to cure, treat, any disease. It's a nutritional supplement. Blah 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 blah. They have to put these on every supplement bottle. But anyway, Victor Conte. Victor Conte was involved in the supplement industry too, man. He started this company because back in the late 90s there was a huge Russian baseball. There was the race Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa to see who could break the 70 home run mark. And it was right around the time. See, nutritional supplements they came out. And they came out. You could put anything on the label. Like I said, the FDA wasn't involved in. The FDA wasn't looking at these things. You could put gain mass muscle gains, 20 pounds of muscle in 6 months. I mean, dude, they were totally fictitious, but yet, and it started with the world of bodybuilding, because bodybuilding, like I said in the documentary, it's the only sport where the performance-enhancing drugs are a requirement. Back in the late 90s in the Mr. Olympia contest, you get these huge men looking like the size of elephants. You get guys like Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Nasa El Sanavante, Dorian Yates. I mean, fucking monsters competing on stage. And these cats, I mean, they can't even take a number two on a regular toilet, bro. They're giants, literally giants. And anyway, because supplements were so popular and supplements were endorsed by these bodybuilders, they had the contracts. They had they were sponsored athletes, and they made these claims where they got these crazy muscle gains from using these supplements. You know, we knew that anybody with half a brain knew that these nutritional supplements made very little impact on an athlete who was taking anabolic steroids. But on the clean athlete who's just starting off training, you know, you start taking things like creatine, glutamine, branched chain amino acids, phosphodiesterine. There's so many different ones that came out and they're still coming out now. That you know, they were advertised as the alternative to anabolic steroids, and guys were having them in their gym bag. They were even hiding them, you know, like they were taking something illegal. I've seen guys with bottles of DHEA, which started the whole thing on pro hormones. And Victor Conte was ground floor on this shit too, bro. Victor Conte had a chemist named Patrick Arnold that worked for him, and they devised different ways to avoid detection. Because I mean, you know, you can't mask these ingredients because the people that are looking for them, they know what you're using to mask them, so they look for the masking agents. I mean, it's a cat and mouse game. Victor Conte was one step ahead of the game. He knew timing was essential. So when you took these steroids and he preached against oral steroids, you know, usually most steroids were injected. And you see, I was in the game at this time. I was paying close attention back in the 90s, in the late 90s, the early 2000s. I mean, I was doing fucking anabolic steroids for a little bit back then. It was considered where you got as good as you can get naturally, the only alternative. And see, we didn't have the examples we have today with these people who use this shit. I didn't use a lot. I've only done a couple of cycles, didn't do orals, and I kind of smartened up early in my career. I was selling nutritional supplements. I didn't want to lie to people. I wanted to take what I was selling. And anyway, bro, Victor Conte, he had professional athletes. He had football teams, the Denver Broncos, Bill Romanowski, and he had baseball players. Everybody wanted to be it wasn't a snack athlete, it was a Balco athlete. It was the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative, Balco. And the athletes, they knew that Victor Conte, he was the guru. If you were going to pass a drug test, Victor Conte could tell you how to pass that drug test. So Victor Conte was in great demand. And I mean, you look at Victor Conte, bro. I mean, he doesn't look like he plays ping pong. He was the most athletic work he got was playing bass with the band. Oh Christ, man! What is hip? Jeff Lucietta, salute. Little Tina, how we doing? Who's the name of that band he was in, man? The bass player for. I can think of it in 1 second. Tower of Power. I didn't even see. I was trying to find it, but I thought of it before I found it. So anyway, Victor Conte, he did a lot of reading. He read the bodybuilding magazines. He saw there was a lot of money to be made in this nutritional supplement industry. And you can't really blame Victor Conte because everybody I knew was doing the same fucking thing. You know, it was like I said, it was a cat and mouse game. And these athletes, even at the smaller scales, even at the local bodybuilding competitions, even at the semi-pro football leagues, these guys, they want to be bigger, they want to be better. They got this mentality. All athletes do, where win at any cost. And you know, watching the movie yesterday, you could see some of the athletes that Victor Conte worked with. They had that. They didn't give a shit. Right? Marion Jones, Tim McCarver. I can't think of his last name. but he's he was the fastest human being on earth, and they busted him, took away his record. He has to hang his head, man. You know, he talks about it. He's on the. I would definitely recommend checking out that Victor Conte the documentary. It didn't tell me a lot, but it did kind of show me that Victor, you know, he's not the most stand-up guy you want to run across, but he's just a businessman. He's doing his hustle, and I could relate to what he was saying because see, Victor, once he got caught, Dougie Doug, my bro, salute. Thank you for stopping by. Once Victor got caught, the jig was up, man. He was going to be scrutinized. No more anabolic steroids, but he knew how to get the most out of your nutritional buck legally. He knew the hyperbaric chambers. Rehydration, draining yourself to body weight. Victor knew that. That's from the bodybuilding days. Victor knew how to dehydrate you, rehydrate you, basically keep you healthy too. And that's another thing. Victor Conte knows how to keep you healthy. He knows how to make sure your protein intake is optimal. Make sure he knows the importance of complex carbs, of leafy greens. You know, Victor Conte is definitely a guru as far as nutrition. Kenneth Johnson, my friend, salute to you, my brother. Thank you guys for bopping in here, man. You know, he played with the wrong people and he got greedy and he got caught. But see what became of that is Victor Conte became kind of like a folk hero because he laid all his cards on the table. He had 42, I believe, 42 counts that were held against him where they dropped all but 2 of those counts: money laundering and conspiracy to racketeer. He ended up doing 6 months or so, 8 months or so. Very, very small sentence, very lenient. He lost his money, but he didn't rat anybody out, man. You know, he kept to himself, and now he found boxing, which is weird, you know, which is very weird, because Victor Conte would be considered. You wouldn't want him associated with you. You know, if he were involved in drug scandals and PEDs and cheating, would you want him to be associated with him? So, I mean, you have to believe that this dude is rehabilitated, and I kind of think he is, man. Because right now, shout out, thank you for my thumbs up on Facebook. Anybody out there listening to me out there, appreciate it. We're over here on YouTube. This is my baby YouTube, man. I've been here for a couple of years. I appreciate I get a couple of people that come in and listen to me when I go on these rants, and it keeps me going. It really does, and I appreciate it to the max. But anyway, what were we talking about? We're talking about Victor Conte, and oh yeah, man. Victor Conte, while he was studying this, see, Victor Conte knows the importance of not just putting the PEDs in your body, but keeping your body at optimal performance. He put together this supplement called ZMA. I took this supplement back in the 90s when it first came out, and then it was good. What it does is it promotes a deep sleep. In fact, I just ordered a bottle yesterday. I asked my wife to grab me some at the local the pharmacy, the CVS. They didn't have any of them. We went in the Stop and Shop. It wasn't there either, so I had to order it online. And the only thing that pissed me off is I got to pay $10 for shipping and handling. But anyway, I don't get as much sleep as I used to get. And when morning comes, I'm wide awake. 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm not going back to sleep. Hey, Ron, how we doing, brother? Modern King Boxing. Thank you for coming by, man. And I'm going to try doing this again. I remember taking it when I was bodybuilding. I got in this great sleep. I would get like 9 hours. And it puts you in what they call this REM. And this REM sleep, this is why babies grow so fast. The theory goes, because they get into this deep sleep and it releases growth hormone, and your whole body, it grows. And you can only grow when you're in this REM sleep. So some people say. And I'm gonna start taking ZMA again because I know it gives you a hell of a sleep. But the reason I stopped taking it was because it kind of gave me a little bit of a hangover. Not a hangover, but I just didn't want to get out of bed. But maybe that's good because I mean shit, I'm out of bed at 8 o'clock. I got nowhere to go and all day to get there. So I wouldn't mind a couple more hours of sack. And I chased the old lady around. She's like, get that fucking thing for that. Rolling with the punches, bro. Salute. So Victor Conte, he found out that this formula really works, and plus it's club goers are buying it too, bro. You're doing that bathtub speed for a week, and you got to get to sleep. You can't get your hands on anything illegal because everybody stopped that up. But you can go to your GNC store, buy a bottle of ZMA, and that's going to knock you right out. That's going to put you to sleep. It's a good night's sleep, and believe me, a good night's sleep is very, very valuable. I'm looking forward to my ZMA arriving any day now. Because like I said, I ordered some yesterday, and I'm putting money into Victor Conte's pocket. This is his formulation. Several supplement companies sell it now, but it's he gets the kickback on it. And what it is, it's zinc, magnesium aspartate. I don't know what magnesium aspartate is. I think I did once. I looked it up. It's just a chain molecule they put on the magnesium and the calcium, and it's supposed to really relax the nerves. But anyway, this combination works really well. And Victor Conte, he doesn't have to deal with anabolic steroids and having to go to jail, having to launder money, bro. I mean, Victor Conte is making millions of dollars in the nutritional supplement industry. He doesn't have to sell drugs. And believe me, bro, I've done both. And I made a lot more money when I was selling legal nutritional supplements. When I first started selling this shit, bro, in the late 90s, it was as hard to get as freaking, creatine. I had people calling me up in my store, driving 50 miles to pick up a fucking tub of creatine. Now you can go to a fucking 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee with creatine in it. But it was that big at the time, and plus you were making 50% markup on everything. And it's not like it is today. The internet wiped my business right out. Uncle Johnny, how we doing? Johnny's Combat Talking More. Salute, bro. Peace to you, Johnny boy. But yeah, nutritional supplements are a big way to make money. And Victor Conte, like I said, man, he's in on the ground floor. He sells this stuff not in the pills. He sells it in the kilos. He ships it to other countries, other pharmaceutical nutritional supplement stores. They capsulize it. They sell it. But he's got the patent on him. He's the man on ZMA. I guess, and it's been 25 years. It's been a long time. But he drives a Bentley. In the documentary, it shows him shining up his Bentley, and he's a millionaire, traveling fool. Salute, my bro. How we doing, man? Peace. He's a millionaire because of the nutritional supplement business. So he doesn't have to dope boxes. See, boxes aren't paying him. He's sponsoring boxes. He's paying boxes. They're getting him customers for his supplements. And right now, his protein, his DMA, his pre-workout, that's all. I mean, every time somebody drinks one of those, that's every time one of those gets cracked open, that's money in his pocket. And Victor Conte has made a lot of dough doing that. And he's right now he's an advisor for boxing. He'll tell these fighters. Mayhem and miracles. Shout out to you, my sister. Peace. I need a drink of water, man. That's another thing I gotta tell you girl out there, man. Don't neglect water. The most important supplement there is. I got my blood boxing tumbler. Miles Davis on the bottom. Marvelous Marvin Hagler on the bottom. And always look at me in the eye when I'm drinking out of it, man. My brother Curtis Anderson. We're coming up to the anniversary of the passing of Curtis Anderson. If you were never familiar with Curtis Anderson, bro, Google him. Go back and listen to some of the stuff that this man has to say. This is the if I'm gonna rate everybody on YouTube the highest intelligent boxing knowledge, or whatever that even sounds like, Curtis Anderson is #1, bro. He was my man. In fact, that the night that he died, as a matter of fact, the fucking person who called me, Drew Titan, called me up and told me. That's how long ago it was. But man, I still get fucked up when I think about it. Man. We lost such a brother, such a man who knew boxing, who knew boxing from heart and soul, and he could communicate it, and he'd make you love boxing. I don't know anybody who didn't like that. I mean, YouTube, anybody who didn't learn anything from him. Just talking to this guy, you got smarter after the conversation. Like I'm saying with the water, bro. Right now, especially, we're in very dry times. You hang up your face cloth and it's like a sheet of paper the next morning. Hydrate everything, man. Hydrate from within. Drinking a lot of water keeps your skin hydrated, keeps your internal organs, your liver, your kidneys, everything, man. You need water. People don't understand the importance of water. Water is the only thing I drink. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink juice. I don't drink Kool-Aid. The only thing, I do drink a protein shake in the morning. I have yogurt, I have whey protein, and I have water. And that's the only thing besides plain water that I drink throughout the day. Fuck caffeine, man. If you can kick caffeine, man, your body is going to be better for it, bro. You don't need to start your day with a stimulant. Life itself should be a stimulant, man. I know it's almost impossible, but I haven't had a cup of coffee since let's see, 2026. I think I had my last cup of coffee. I'm sorry, 2006. 2026, man. I'm really getting ahead of myself. But anyway, man, like I said, I got the Gary Poppins weed over here, so I may miss a few words, mix them up a little bit, but blame it on Gary. Blame it on Gary. The Bud Files. Salute, my bro. How we doing, man? Salute to you and the family. Thank you so much for stopping by. Just wanted to come on in and do a little bit of sharing, because everybody's been talking about Errol Spence with the eye, and I wanted to give you my 2 cents on that. I'm not going to repeat it. You can go back and check it out. It was only a few minutes ago. And Victor Conte. A lot of people are hating on Victor Conte. A lot of people think that he's bringing cheating into boxing, and I think it's the opposite, man. I think he's fed up with the cheating. I think he's trying to bring sameness to the sport. You know, I mean, steroids they're extremely dangerous for you. Back when I was a youngster, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, these things was everybody in the gym was doing anabolic steroids. Maybe they are now. I haven't been in the gym in a long time, but people have smartened up. But I mean, I know guys who died of AIDS from dirty needles from injecting steroids. People that got Hep C, people who died young. I mean, you look at the professional bodybuilders who passed away. You know, and it's from usually from internal organ failure. The kidneys, heart. I mean, you see the ramifications of these things. We didn't know about them back then. Even Arnold didn't know about it. Arnold didn't do a lot. Arnold did well. A lot of people talk about it today, but for back then, Arnold was kind of a light hitter. But still, man, Arnold had to get bypass surgery. You know, your internal organs grow, and when you're off cycle, they don't adapt to not having the testosterone running through your body, the androgen receptors. It fucks up your whole body. I mean, I've seen these. You look at one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, Ronnie Coleman, Mr. Olympia, 7-8 times. The guy came on, I think it was the 1990 Olympia. He walked on stage and jaws just dropped. It was like, ooh, the fuck. No, wait a minute. Oh my God, 1990. 2000. Damn. Years go by like sands in the hourglass. But anyway, yeah, like 2000. And he was a perennial contender. But he walked on stage at this Olympia, and he looked like an elephant walking amongst amongst horses. He was huge. I mean, he was like just unbelievable. Hands down, he won the contest that year. And he came back and won it year after year until the last time I saw him, he's in a wheelchair. He's younger than I am. All that tension that he put on his joints, and this fluctuating, all the drugs they put in their body, all the damage they did internally. I mean, the dude's in a wheelchair, and I mean, many of the fighters, the bodybuilders that they competed with, they're dead now. I've seen so many of them pass away. But that didn't stop the competitors from just joining right up and looking for the next product. But see, that's the thing with steroids. You can't get any new products anymore because the name of the game is to increase testosterone, and there are only certain ways you can do that. And they kind of have they can detect all the different substances you can put in your body, the different testosterone, testosterone, fucking Dianabol, Winstrol. I mean, they have tests for all these things, and there's no money in designing new steroids that are undetectable. There's no market for it. No scientist is gonna put his time in and his effort into that because there ain't no return for it. So nutritional supplements, guys like Victor Conte, they know how to get the most out of you through legal supplements. Not everybody can take these, but there are athletes who put their faith in them. I mean, we see these athletes that have snack on embroidered on their trunks and on their hats, and their snack athletes. Victor Conte is giving them a routine. He's telling them to go into the cyber chamber, the cold chamber. You go into the cold after you do your sprints, and make sure you get 300 grams of protein in you every day. And he'll suggest actually he doesn't suggest, he gives them to you. He doesn't charge his athletes for these products. He gives them to you, and it's legal, and it's the advantage. I hear people out here saying, but the other fighters, they should get the same advantage. They can get it because it's legal. You could go and you could get a nutritional guru, and you could get a personal trainer and a supplementary advisor. You could get all these things that Victor Conte has. He's reinvented. He's got himself a new industry, and it's involved in boxing, and people just they're not letting it go, man. Victor Conte was busted. He did his time. I don't think he's doing anything illegal anymore. I think he's a good thing for boxing. I got no problems with Victor Conte. I know where he's coming from. I listen to him a lot lately. He's been on different YouTube channels, and every question you ask him, every hardball you throw at him, he hits it out of the ballpark, bro. He knows exactly how to answer it, and I can tell sincerity, and this is what I think about Victor Conte. I don't think he should be prosecuted. I think he's paid his debts to society, and I think he's good for boxing. Look what his athletes have been doing lately. Bud Crawford's a snack athlete. People are saying that he cheated. He didn't cheat. We see a lot of snack athletes now that are bringing it home. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, man. We've been up here for almost an hour. Covered those subjects. A couple of people I asked to stop up, but we know how things go. I appreciate everybody that came in here. Still in here. Like I said, man, we are at Smalls Jazz Club in Greenwich Village, New York City. We're listening to the Steve Nelson Quartet. Right now, Steve is kicking back and we're listening to Rick Germanson playing the piano and Kayoshi Kikawa on the bass and Mr. Charles Good on the drums. I appreciate anybody that came in here tonight, and make sure you support our fellow YouTubers on here. We got some good boxing coming on this weekend. I'm looking extremely forward to, man. We've got the my mind just went blank. We got a great fight coming on this weekend, man. We've got Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith. I knew it was in there somewhere. I just had to think a second. But yeah, man, Callum Smith is a live opponent. Thing with Beterbiev, whatever you want to call him, man. You know, he doesn't care which one you call. I talk to his trainer John Scully once in a while. That's the first question. What's his real name? He says, you know, he don't care. Beterbiev. Just don't call him late for dinner, as the saying goes. But that's going to be an interesting fight. That's on Friday. It's on Saturday night. We'll probably call that too, man. Watch a few Callum Smith fights, man. He lost his super middleweight title to Canelo Alvarez. Much better as a light heavyweight. It's his natural weight. You know, Canelo had like boxers tend to do, man. He was the champ. He had to he couldn't hydrate up to a certain weight. I don't know what they all are, but hydration is crazy today. It's costing boxing. It's ridiculous. They should have same day weigh-ins. You know, boxing's not in the time structure it was now with pay-per-views and all the different platforms like the Zone and ESPN. They don't have to make sure they're in that hour and a half little time slot like with HBO, and that's what happened. We all know that story. I've said it a million times. You know, it was the rematch. Thunderstud, hey, how we doing, bro? So it was the Michael Spinks and I'm sorry about that. It was the Michael Spinks and Eddie Mustafa Muhammad rematch, and Eddie Mustafa didn't make the weight. It was same day weigh-in, and it ended up screwing up the whole HBO programming. And they said, if we're going to do boxing again, you have to have the weigh-ins on the day before. So if the fight's canceled, we'll know. We can prepare for it. So anyway, that was the start of the push to have weigh-ins the day before. And of course, when there's something new that boxers can manipulate, they sure as hell gonna manipulate that so they can have hydration clauses. And I mean, some boxers are killing themselves to make it to the scale, only to know that they're gonna rehydrate. I mean, one of the biggest ones is one of my favorite errors, and that's Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, the second fight. You know, Roberto Duran notorious for partying between fights, from blowing up to 175 plus pounds. And Roberto Duran's a lightweight who came up and became a small welterweight. Sugar Ray Leonard, as we all know, Sugar Ray Leonard's eye was fucked up after that fight too. And that's another one. Getting back to our main theme about eyes ending careers, cutting careers short. Detached retina, they didn't have the technology of today. Sugar Ray Leonard's career was definitely affected big time by the eye surgery. But getting back to what I was just speaking of, I'll remember in a second. I always have these brain freezes. So I'm digging on the jazz. I got my Toka 2 in my hand. I'm ready to do another hit on that bad boy. And we were in mid-sentence there. Let me do another hit here. I was going to close down, but I got a little bit more in me. I think that's going to be a pretty good card on Saturday. Let's check out the card and see who's on it, because I don't even really know. I just know the main event. We can, with a click and a click and a click and all our. Yeah, I got my order from Snack is on its way. Label created, date pending, and that was sent at 12:09 today. I hardly ever look at my email, but I get a boxing schedule delivered to it every day, so I can very easily go in there and check out who's fighting and when. So we'll open it up and check out the Viterbiev Smith fight, which is on Friday night. I think I'll even come on. Is it Friday night? No, Saturday, 10 p.m., January 13th. I like Friday night fights, but no, this is on a Saturday. Viterbiev 19-0, 19 knockouts, man. But is he going to become? Is he going to get old overnight? That's the thing, man. He's what is it? 37, 30. He's in his mid to high 30s. Smith is 29-1. The only losses from Canelo Alvarez. He's beaten John Ryder. Guido Vanello, the heavyweight, is going to be on there fighting Simon Keane. So that's a decent heavyweight undercard, man. I would figure they'd hey, my young three finest, bro. Salute, my man. Thank you much for coming by. That's one of my favorite cats on there. Three finest, man. Great brother, loves his jazz, loves his boxing, and plus I think he's an old cat like I am. So shout out to my brother, Dree Finest. Unk Dree Finest. Everybody called him Unk anyway. Now he put it in his tag. So shout out my brother. I see him everywhere. You know, he's a hard worker. He works nights. I did that in my career, and it fucked up I could never do it, man. I did it because I had to do it, but I didn't have the sleeping pattern. Like even like today, I'd get out of work at night, bro. I mean, I get out of work in the morning, and I'd crash. Like I try to crash like 9 o'clock so I could get up for like 3 or 4 to do stuff. I'd fall asleep for an hour and bink, wake right up. I just couldn't. It took. I couldn't get used to it. I never had the full time, but I had things where like I had a radio thing when I was in college. I had to do the all night thing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the all night jazz show. So I'd have to keep myself awake on those 3 nights, and I just ended up saying, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna stay awake the next day." End up passing out classes. I mean, I couldn't be a third shifter. You know, I people that do that, man, I definitely admire the fuck out of them, bro. I mean, that's a special cat. Even cops who do that third shift. That's crazy. I can't rock when other people are sleeping and sleep when other people are rocking. Something inside me. That's why I was like a 24 hours. Maybe that's why now I hardly get any sleep. I don't know. But Guido Vanello, man, we've seen him a few times. He's the Olympian, big Olympian, Italian Olympian. And Simon Keane is another one. He's a Canadian. Excuse me. This is another reason I do my Green Dragon tincture. I do the smoking online because for some reason it's a habit that I have, and the sensation of just hitting on the Toka 2 and the buzz too. But I think it'll try eventually going to do something to the esophagus and everything else, because smoking is not a good thing to do. This is why mostly for a long time all I was doing was the Green Dragon tincture. The bottle's empty right now, but I used it to make my edibles, which I think I will do one of these delicious Elvis cookies right now. It's 100 milligram. I've got a box of them right here. My wife made these today. They are good, and I'll sleep like a baby. It takes a couple of hours to get the buzz off of these suckers too. Bunch of them in here for tomorrow. Hey, Steve Nelson, I didn't tell your band to take a break. Let me get these guys back on stage here. Forgive me, I hate to eat while I'm on the air. I said I would never do, but does an edible count as eating? I don't think so. I got a phone call. Hang on 1 second. Let me see who this is. That's my friend Miles Bailey. What's up, Miles? You want to come on the show? Are you watching it? All right. Hang on. Let me find the number for you. I gotta put this thing down. Wait a minute. The number is 401 424 1483. That was my friend Miles Bailey. Miles is the boxing aficionado. He got his hands involved in boxing. He'll give us a call. He'll tell you all about it, man. We met Miles a year ago or so. Miles has been everywhere. He knows everybody. He's got a story to tell. It's going to be kind of interesting. Let's see if Miles gets up here. Wow, that wind is blowing, man. Let me see if I can get a thing on my. I'll show you what it looks like outside my house right now. What's up, Miles? OTB, salute, my brother. How we doing, man? I'm trying to get my friend Miles Bailey to join me. Let me call him back and see what's up here. I want to show you what it looks like outside my house right now, too. What's up, buddy? All right, baby. The number is. Wait a minute. I got to look for it now. I just put my screen on here. I want to make sure it stays on. Yeah, okay, I'm showing a storm outside my house. It's 401 424 1483. 401 424 1483. All right. Yo, Miles.
All
right. Hey, I'm sure. Too bad you can't see the screen. Anybody out there? That's what's happening right now outside my living room window. We got a storm going on over here. But anyway, man, I got my friend, the boxing aficionado, Miles Bailey, bro. I mean, this guy's involved in boxing. Shout out to my friend Brian Corbett from Facebook who stopped in. I appreciate it, brother. This is what it looks like outside my window right now. Miles, too bad you don't have a computer where you can see what's going on here, bro. But, I mean, I'm in the middle of a blizzard over here, baby. The storm is raging. How you doing, my brother? What's up? Hey, is this music too loud for you?
I got a lot of good things for the fans out here, man. I'm working with my buddy, many years. His name is Sharif Rodman. I know everybody knows his son's name. His dad's name, Hakeem Rodman. He was the heavyweight champ of the world, knocked out Lennox Lewis.
Oh, everybody knows Hakeem Rockman. You're working with his son, Hashim?
No, Sharif.
Sharif Rockman. Shout out to Mrs. Just Deuce.
He's a decorated, not Olympian, but he did good. Like, he came along with Evan Haney, Shakur, all of that whole class back in the 2010, 12, somewhere in there. So he's really, really good. He was fighting 78. Now he's fighting between 154 and 160. So we're going to get him pumped up. He's 7-0, 4 knockouts. He's going to be the champion. So I just want you guys to know. You heard it first. Okay? And now I got my other boy, Michael Hunter. Nobody won't fight him, the bounty hunter. Other guy I'm working with. I'm an advisor so people know. You can look me up. Me and my boy, Nermo Lawson. Nermo, me and him collectively, we've been in this close to 90 years. So I want you people to know, we got it. It's almost like when Roberto Duran, he had Freddie Brown and Ray Alcel in his corner. You can hear Howard Cosell say, we got 80 to 100 years worth of boxing experience in his corner. So this is what we're doing with the fighters. I'm getting these guys that want to get going. I know how to take them to where they want to be at. So you just roll with me, and guys are serious. I'll get you where you need to be. I've been doing this from 1980 with Louis DeVal, when I started off the 40 Patsy Gym. He was a youngster, 10, 11. Then I went over to Bed-Stuy with Mark Breland and Mike Tyson and Mike McCallum, and the whole crew. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. So I can go on and on and on and on. The South Queens with my boy David Seas. We won our first fight together in the Golden Glove. That was the front page of the Daily News. So I'm giving you guys history. This is real. I'm not punch drunk. I ain't take all these punches. And then I lost to the junior Olympic champion, Felix Tito Rosado. Good. He won it 2 years in a row. He lost to John Meekins in '84. But what I'm doing now, passing it on to the youngsters, the guys that want to get out there. Like my man out there is really doing good. Camille Newton. I don't know him personally, but his trainer, Fareed. That's my boy. Fareed goes back from Brooklyn. Fareed said, Mom, I got a monster. And the kid is good. Wooten, anybody know who Wooten is? He's 17. He's either 2 or 3-0. But his first fight, he has a lot of moxie and big balls before the kid 4-0 with 3 knockouts. And Camille knocked the kid out in the first round. So that's how you got to do it. I mean, I personally want to get fighting the kid 4-0 was my first fight. It's not, but this is how good he is. So this is what I'm rolling with. I got a couple other kids. I work with this other kid named De Los Santos and Hendry. He's 12-0 with 10 knockouts. So, again, man, Dan Garrido got him from prison. So, like I said, he was with Kenny Porter. Because I had him first, but again, I had to take a little vacation for almost 4 or 5 years, but I'm back now. So anyway, long story short, I'm rolling with my team again. Everybody roll with me, we go into the championship, undisputed. And I'll let people know, the box aficionado is back. My daughter works for Matchroom and Kevin Rooney and Eddie Hearns. They do big shows. They do the show The Zone. Every month they do something, either Mexico or a lot of fighters. They got Anthony Joshua, a whole bunch of people they're working with. So, any other questions, Bruce, before I call off? I think I gave a little bit, a nice little 5-minute segment.
Oh, yeah, no. Hey, Miles, keep going, brother. I mean, let these people know who you are. Let me shout out my brother Mark Nash, who's in here, man. Shout out to you, Mark Nash. You got that live shit you got going on 24/7. I get up in the middle of the night a lot, bro. I got a weak prostate, so I tune it in. I give you a thumbs up when I can, bro. Shout out to my man Mark Nash and Brian Colbert on here from Facebook. I got Miles Bailey, man. I know Miles for a year or so now, man. You know, Miles did a little time courtesy of the United States government. He was a boxing aficionado. He was back in the game back in the 90s, in the 2000s. He's back in it again, bro. Miles, tell him a little more about yourself to some of the people that came in here and didn't catch the beginning, man. Tell some of these guys, hey.
I started out in the 80s, not the 90s, the 80s.
The 80s.
1980s. Yeah, the 80s.
You don't look that old, Miles. Hey, my sister J. Marie Moore, daughter of Archie Moore, is in the chat too, man. Shout out to J. Marie.
That's my girl. We cool. She know who I am. That's my girl. We're very good friends on Facebook. Her father was a legend. He was the man, the mongoose. He trained George Foreman. He probably had about at least 10, 15 world champions. And George knocked out Joe Frazier in Kingston, Jamaica, in 2 rounds, knocked him down 6 times. So, you know, Archie was the man. And his daughter is a great young lady. She did a little boxing herself. She probably didn't get where she needed to be because of politics, but she was good. She knows we talk. When I came home last year, we used to talk every night for a long time. Like I said, I got so much going on in boxing now, so I'm trying to get these guys, like I said, again, I'll go again, Mark Breland, Mike Tyson, Mike McCallum, me and Evander were partners in Real Deal Promotions. And I can look all this up. Just go look me up on Facebook, Miles Bailey, the boxing aficionado. You see me with everybody. Like I said, Chief Hunter, Mike Hunter, those are all my Devin. I started out with Devin back when he had no fights. Me and my man Repo Rick, we took him to Mexico. We was like 15, 16. And I got Mike McCallum involved with him. Mike got his first 25 wins. And Marshall Ensign, his cut man. So I'm just telling all the things that went on with me. So I'm very diverse in this. So anybody want to know about boxing, look me up, call me up. You can see me on Facebook. My number's there. My email, mileswbailey7@gmail.com. You can call me, 518-350-3974, 518-704-9417. So let's talk boxing. I can get you where you need to be, especially if boxing gets serious. Because this is a real, this game is for real. And like I said, I got another kid, Demetrius Long. My man Van Easley gave him to me, so we're working on that. I got so many guys I'm working with. Like I said, I'm not losing track, but like I said, I got a lineage. And I want to keep going on to get like 2 or 3 world champions. I want to be like Ray Arcel, my man Richie Schwartz. I used to call him the rabbi. But Richie Schwartz.
He knows Bruce Cass.
Yeah, Ray Arcel had 7 champions at one time in the 40s and 50s. At one time, Ray Arcel had 7 champions. And that's when the champions was like one division. It wasn't like you got all these different flyweights and, you know, junior this, junior. It went straight from flyweight to lightweight to welterweight to middleweight to light heavyweight to heavyweight. That was it. 6, 7 divisions. Now you got like at least 15 to 20 divisions. So it's not that it's watered down because everybody's shot now. You got a lot more people. And then another thing about the past, you had to go from 175 right into the heavyweights. So if you were a pound over 176, you was a heavyweight. That's why people don't understand. Rocky Marciano came in at 188, 190 pounds. That's why he really couldn't have competed with the guys. You just imagine him fighting Lennox Lewis 6'6", 250. It's an unfair fight. He got him by 70 pounds. That's not a fair fight.
No.
You know, just think about that. That's why the guy in the game was Sonny Liston, because Sonny Liston was about 6'2", 6'3", about 210, 215. And you saw what Sonny was doing everybody. And you also you saw how fast Floyd was. Floyd would have given him a little trouble with that speed. But he probably would have got to Floyd because Floyd couldn't crack an egg. You know, he wasn't a bad puncher, but he wasn't fighting like Joe Frazier and those guys and Mike Tyson. He didn't hit hard, Foreman. Not at all. But, you know, he was a good champion, Floyd. No disrespect to him.
Yeah, but we're talking apples and oranges, bro. I mean, you're talking about a welterweight against a freaking heavyweight.
No, I know, but this is what I'm trying to say back in the day, how it was. Because Floyd, I'm talking about Floyd Patterson.
I'm sorry, man. You know, I'm a casual, bro. I hear Floyd. I think Floyd Mayweather, bro. I mean, that's how bad.
I'm talking about Marciano. Because Marciano, I'm saying why he got out of the game because he saw
His back was fucked up too, bro. Marciano had a bad back.
His manager, I forget his name, was taking 50% of his purse, and he wouldn't budge. I forget the name. Schwartz was telling me about it. And he wouldn't budge. He wanted that 50%. Rocky was just trying to get him to renegotiate. Rocky Marciano hated his manager because his manager was draining him dry.
I can't think of his name either, but man, yeah. Oh, I watched The Rock's entire career, bro. I mean, his devastating come from behind knockout of Jersey Joe Walcott. That fucking picture is frozen in time. Joe Walcott's face is like a distorted.
The Rock beat him to it.
It's a distorted bowling ball, bro. It looks like a bowling ball somebody took a sledgehammer to. That face is like, bro. That's a horror mask.
You know, and just to his credit, he beat everybody in front of him. But it's unfortunate, to be honest, and I'm not against The Rock, because he's still undefeated. He couldn't have competed with these guys of today. He was just too small. He was 5'10", 188 pounds, 190 tops. So just picture him going against a guy 6'3", 6'4", like George Foreman, 220, 230. He couldn't have got inside. The same thing that happened to Joe Frazier would have happened to Rocky Marciano. He came in and George would have hit him with that uppercut. That had been lights out. There's nothing against Rock. It's just that a good big man will be a good small man. That's just how it goes. Unless you're quick and speed, you're getting out like how Jimmy Young used to do it. Guys like that Sugar Ray, they come in, pop, you know. And Sugar Ray had a little power, but he couldn't really stand up. That's why they wouldn't fight my man McCallum. The body snatcher. I love talking about him. He's training my fighters now.
Yeah, we called him one day on here. We had him on the show one time.
Yeah, put him on, exactly. But let me tell you guys, so you'll know some history. When he knocked out Julian Jackson and Donald Curry, that was the end of his career, because he didn't get a fight till he was 40 against Roy Jones and James Toney, because Leonard, Duran, Hearns, Benitez, Barkley, Mugambi, Hagler, all of them will not take the body snatcher. Go look it up.
Wow. I don't have to look it up. I lived it, bro. I lived it. I saw it, man. I saw he was avoided like the plague. And you know what they used to say is he was what you call high risk, low reward. So they avoided the body snatcher, bro. I wish you had a camera on your phone, man. I got waves crashing up against the side of my house.
I just gotta get my other thing hooked up. People know who I am.
No. I'm not saying about you. I'm saying I got these fucking. I got my screen split, and I got the waves crashing against my house. I got a camera outside there, man, and it's like a fucking hurricane, bro. It's all
right. People want to hear. They tune in to listen. That's what people want to hear. They just
not here, bro. They tune in to watch me smoke my bombs and spit on my shit.
About history of boxing. And the Holyfield and Ernie Shavers. They want to hear about what happened in yesteryear. And the guys that can tell them that was there live.
I know a little bit about that, Miles. Remember that.
No, you do. I know, but I'm talking about the fans.
I know just a little. I know just a little about that era.
Nah, you know a lot, please. Come on, stop it. You know a lot. But what I'm just trying to do
not as much as you.
So you can realize, like today, and that's another thing about the fights of yesterday. Those guys fought every day. They fought all the time. They didn't go, oh, well, I don't want this fight. Oh, it's too hard. No, those guys fought. Like I said, McCallum, nobody would fight him because he was a unique fighter. And again, that's my guy. So, you know, he came from that school of Eddie Fletch and Georgie Benton. That's like I said, he took Devin. He got Devin his first 25 wins. You know, Devin is off into the races now. I don't know exactly what happened. Why he split. You know, like I said, I was away, but that's nothing. He's doing well because me and the family's still cool, and he's with Natural, working with my daughter. So everything is all good. We'll get things with Devin. I hope he can get that fight with Ryan Garcia. That's going to be a match made in heaven for him, but I don't know what's going on with it. That's what I'm hoping for. But Bruce, when is your next show? Because I'm getting ready to tune off because I got to save some for the next people so they can hear what's going on, what's coming up like in the next 2 or 3 months with my fighters.
You know, Miles, I go on when the spirit moves me. I told you that before. I don't have a regular time slot.
I know. I just like to come on, you know, like have these comics come in and give, you know, the people something so they know what to look for. So, like, I got some blue chip fighters. I got some guys I'm going to make blue chip fighters because I know what to do with them. And I take them to the top. Like Fat Joe says, when they point to the sky, we be all the way up. Me and Remy Ma, listen to that song. Fat Joe and Remy Ma, all the way up. Cool song.
Wow.
So anyway, Bruce, look, I've been on for, I see like, I've been on for 15 minutes.
Hey, send the bill to the guy that knows me, that knows my other guy. You know?
Okay, listen, it's like 15 rounds. Listen, Bruce, listen to this. I got something for y'all next time. I don't know when you're going on. This is January 9th. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, my baby. She just turned 19. I guess I've been doing this a long time, so I'll be getting back with you within the next 19 days or sooner.
Oh, I talk to you almost every day, one way or the other, Miles, on Facebook or through a text or something.
Get the fans. I want to boost your channel up so people can hear it from Bruce.
I need it too, bro. I don't get, nobody comes and listens to me on here anymore. I sit here by myself, bro. I mean, I might as well. I gotta find some other angle. I may have to pull a dog and pony show or something up here. Maybe start doing some dancing or something like that. Get my fans on shit going on.
They are listening now. Because every show I get on, you tell me you get a lot of views. Once you check it out, that's what you tell me.
Hey, for me, 100 views is a lot of views.
Now, but people going to talk. But listen, Bruce,
they talk.
I gotta get to school. I'm in school taking criminal justice to learn the law, so this doesn't happen to me again. So people know I got a little brain up there too.
Oh, Miles
is my kid.
You're my man, Miles, for sure, bro. All joking aside, bro, you're my man. You know.
I got you, Bruce, and like I said, I want to see you up there in the lights like all the other guys, like all the big time guys. You deserve it. You nothing but boxing, so let the fans know. Like, listen, you be back. I'm trying to bring Sharif on next time. This way, people can hear from him. You know, when he's fighting. I'm gonna give you something soon, sometime in February. I don't know the date, but I'll keep you posted and keep you abreast.
All right, my brother. Peace out, man.
Okay, signing off, gang.
Peace.
To the boxing world. Peace and love.
That's my man, Miles Bailey. You can check him out. You can find him over here when I'm doing shows, bro. Miles is always somewhere. He's always within reach. But man, like I wanted to say it earlier, man. I got a raging storm going on outside the house, man. You check my window right there, bro. That's the Mount Hope Bay, which is right off of the Atlantic Ocean. Jay Marie, hey man, thank you so much for coming by. Writing Yogi, salute my sister. Good to see you, man. Salute. This is what's happening right outside my window right now. There's people don't realize when I tell them that I live on the water, bro. I mean, I don't live on the water. I live on the water. You couldn't build a house like I live in. You couldn't build one today with all the restrictions they have. I'm located in Bristol, Rhode Island, on the Mount Hope Bay. You can Google it. It's a 14 square mile outlet of the Atlantic Ocean, and is right now, if you were crazy enough, you could go out there and surf. It's raining out there, and it's probably about 3-4 foot waves, and they're crashing into my house. And my house has been here since the 40s, so it's a strong house, man. My grandfather built this house, so it's strong. I think I heard that it was built with water from a Civil War, wood from a Civil War water trough. So it's sturdy. Some people think it's a lighthouse, but it's not a lighthouse, man. Maybe it could be. Me, the lighthouse keeper. I got my torch for sure, man. Definitely got my torch on a cold and windy night in January. In fact, we're lucky because a couple of days ago, or the day before yesterday, it was snowing out. This would have been snow. But man, you know, global warming, there ain't no doubt in my mind. The past couple of years has been 1 inch, 2 inches of snow. I bought an electric snow shovel to put a little bit take a little strain off the back. And I bought it 2 years ago and haven't used it once. I got it out the other day. The old lady charged it up and don't even need it. Not a bit. But today, this is the kind of weather where you might lose your power. I don't have a generator. Everybody around my area, like I go for walks when there's no power, and I hear everybody's got these generators on the side of their house. I don't have one of those. I got a phone. I keep my phone charged, but you know, once the power goes out, it's kind of a drag. I could prepare better for it because everybody's got solar panels around here too now, and you know, I'm still living like the Flintstones. I still get my electric bill every month. think it's $107 this month. And if that goes down, my social life goes down. But I hope we don't have a power outage. They're not even fun. They were maybe years ago and stuff when I was a kid and shit. But, they're not fun anymore. And this is pretty rough out there. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me to just see everything just go right now. That's the way these power outages work. You know, you get these right now I'm going to say that probably 30-mile-an-hour gusts out there. Nothing that's shaking the house or anything. It's been a lot worse. I've been in here with 80-mile-an-hour gusts. I mean, this is it's not even the flowers in the window aren't even moved. Maybe a little bit, but it's relatively nothing. But it just goes to show you who's in charge, you know. I don't care how big and badass you are, bro. You got something out there that's throwing fucking fastballs right at you, man. You better know your place. But anyway, let me go back to shit, man. I had Miles come on here, and I gave the guys told them to take 5 in the van, get them back up here again. There we go. That's the Steve Nelson Quartet. Shouting out Steve Nelson on the vibes. Sounds like Lionel Hampton, Gary Burton, that genius. Vic Gamanson on piano. Kashawi, Malawi, Kitagawa. Yeah. 1,000 pardons. Kashawi, Kitagawa on bass, and Charles Gould on drums. They're playing live right now. Good night, Jay Marie. You have a great one. Thank you so much for gracing my channel. I saw the daughter of the legend, Archie Moore, and I'm fortunate enough to have met her, and she's my friend now. And you know, I get a good feeling every time I talk to her. I feel like Archie Moore kind of blessed the room, you know. And that's Mount Rushmore boxing royalty as far as I'm concerned. And that's the fruit of his loins. But yeah, man, I'm about ready to go bopping around, see who's doing things, and check out what's going on the rest of YouTube tonight. Let that edible I ate kick in. The dog's not gonna want to go out tonight, man. You know, he's not gonna want to do that at all. But you know, my dog he'll go out there and do a squat in that rain rather than go in the house. He's that well trained. He only went once in the house, and that's when he had diarrhea. That was once in 8 years. So I'm expecting him to come out here and he's gonna tell me he gotta go. I took him for a couple of walks already today, and almost time to think about winding down to the evening. The strain of the day is Gary Poppins. We got the raging storm going on out there. Hey, Yankee Kyle, bro. Salute, man. Thank you for stopping by, bro. I'm almost done here, man. I could just leave that on and keep the music going and keep it on all night long and get the watch hours. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to end it with this one, bro. Loose gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Good night.